Jai Sri Ram Dosam, welcome to Bharat Marg, welcome Dr. Saab, thank you for joining. Dr. Adityanjee, the geopolitical expert, joining us friends. हमारा बातचीत आज होगा you know 3 दिन में 3 अटैक हुआ है भारत के खिलाफ. ओके, 3 दिन में 3. क्या ये सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक को भूल गए? क्या ये चाइना और पाकिस्तान इस एक साथ मिलके मोदी को टेस्ट कर रहा है? क्या भयभीत करने का कोशिश है? इसका मोदी जी कैसा इस परिस्थिति में कैसा वो जवाब देंगे? हाउ ही विल आंसर? लेट्स go through everything with Dr. Adityanjee. I'm so happy to have him here, friends. But before going further, make sure you like the video, comment on the video, share the video with as many people, and also subscribe the channel Bharat Marg if you didn't already, and press the notification button to stay connected with us so that whenever we go live, you can come and join the Sanskrit course what we are doing here, friends. You can register for free, send us a WhatsApp, or you if you want to go for pilgrimage in Bharat, just send us a WhatsApp. You have this is a luxury pilgrimage, and for senior citizens can come, special need people can come. It's a luxury one, and also with all the Puran Katha, everything. And if you want to do dan, Gaudan, sabse uttam dan, Gaudan. If you want to do Gaudan, receive Gaudan, yeah, do let us know. And also we are involved in Gaudan, Gauseva, Annadan, Havan Puja. Friends, we also send out one dharmic message every day in multiple language. If you want, all you have to do is send us a WhatsApp and to +16479644790, and you will get it, okay, in the language of your choice. Friends, do know that all our services are free, and we do accept donation, and we need donation. Please help us by sending a WhatsApp. You have our WhatsApp number all over the video. You can find it and send us a WhatsApp and stay connected. Okay, Dr. Adityanji, welcome. So happy to have you.
Thank
हमारा
you.
सवाल यही है डॉक्टर आदित्य जी. यू आर अ जियो एक्सपर्ट. लेट मी आस्क यू दिस अगेन. क्या पाकिस्तान और चाइना टेस्ट करती है क्या भारत को? अटैक 3 दिन में 3 अटैक. ऑन द डे मोदी जी वॉज टेकिंग वोट, इंडिया गॉट अटैक. पिलग्रिम्स वर किल्ड.
So actually, it's not 3 attacks; it's 4 attacks. The first one was on the pilgrims who were going in a bus, and the driver of the bus showed a lot of courage. He did not stop the bus because if he had stopped the bus, they would have entered the bus and they would have killed everyone. So what happened that the driver died and the bus fell into a gorge. 9 people got killed, a number of them got injured, but not everyone got killed. So driver showed some presence of mind. I think his name was Vijay Singh, and averted major slaughter of innocents. But after that, there have been 3 terrorist attacks in different parts of Jammu. Mind you, all these attacks are in Jammu. They are no longer in Kashmir Valley. So one thing that has happened after abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, the central government has focused on security situation quite a lot in Kashmir Valley. And there has been a ground change in Kashmir Valley that the local youth have stopped participating in stone pelting, and they are getting involved and gradually integrated into the national mainstream. Like they are participating in sports, cricket, this, that, and you see there's a ground change because people are realizing that they were wasting their lives, wasting their youths, both boys and girls. Girls were being molested by the militants or terrorists, and boys were being forced to join the rank of terrorists, and average overground life of a terrorist was 3 months. You get killed one way or the other. So the terror attacks in Kashmir have gone down. But Pakistan is now focusing on Jammu region for last several years. And I think when Mehbooba Mufti government was there, they were inciting people. There was, false case started, very complex conspiracy about Kathua. And at that time, the separatist feelings were increased. So the focus has been on Jammu region. But even in the Jammu region, it is not the local terrorists, but it is the foreign terrorists that they are infiltrating across the line of control. And it is a clear, very well defined plan, conspiracy, that the attack on pilgrims happened on the day of oath taking. It is not a coincidence.
Uh, for me, I only see this. Our people are no safe. Our people cannot even go to the temple. They are, for us, for them, we are like kafir. You kill them, butcher them wherever you want, no matter who they are.
See, it is a very well defined, very well planned incident, of course, to rattle Bharat. If I remind you that in March of 2000, then US President Bill Clinton was visiting India. What happened at that time? In a village called Chatti Singhpura, there were 40 people who were lined up and killed by terrorists because they want to make a major incident when something big is going on. So, coinciding with Bill Clinton's visit to India, they did that because they want to get headlines in the international newspapers. So, on the day of Modi 3.0 government being sworn in, they created this incident.
भाई साहब, आप अगर you are God forbid you are leading, you are a advisor for Pakistan and China, okay, hypothetically, आपका मन में क्या चल रहा है? ये मोदी का गवर्नमेंट अभी माइनॉरिटी गवर्नमेंट है, इसलिए हम अटैक कर पाएंगे, ये वीक होगा, या ऐसा आपको अचानक कैसा इतना हिम्मत आया?
देखिए, पहले तो सिर्फ पाकिस्तान अकेला अटैक करता था, जो टेररिस्ट अटैक होते थे, और जो चाइना की स्पॉन्सरशिप होती थी वो नॉर्थ ईस्ट में रिबेल ग्रुप से, टेरर ग्रुप से होती थी. लेकिन नाउ दे आर वन एंड द सेम थिंग. Pakistan stages an incident and China supports it internationally. Pakistan makes the noises, so they are, for all practical purposes, one entity. That is number one. Number two is that it's not just Modi they are trying to rattle, because irrespective of whoever has been the prime minister, they have continued with their behaviors. Terrorist attacks were there during Manmohan Singh's time. Terrorist attacks were there during Atal Bihari Vajpayee's time, and prior to that, there were a series of unstable governments, and there were galore of terrorist attacks from Pakistan. These attacks stopped after the Balakot surgical strikes. Frequency died down. But here you see the irony and hypocrisy that Modi gets sworn in, 7 leaders of 7 Asian nations are invited to that ceremony. Pakistan and China are not invited. That is very, very notable. But Nawaz Sharif and Pakistani PM Shehbaz Sharif, both of them congratulate Modi. So, what is that congratulatory message? It's nonsense. It is nothing. That one hand, your prime minister and the president of your party are congratulating Bharat and Modi. On the other hand, terror attacks are being orchestrated. So, time has come to take strong action because that's the only language they understand. But look at domestic issues here. You have one person by name Farooq Abdullah, who is always advocating for Pakistan, even very recently, saying कि पाकिस्तान ने चूड़ियां नहीं पहनी हुई हैं, उनके पास एटम बम है, पाकिस्तान से बातचीत करनी चाहिए भारत को to restore normalcy. That is number one. मणिशंकर अय्यर every now and then भारत को पाकिस्तान से बात।
भाई साहब मैं ये पूछूंगा आपसे, ये लोग पहले भी थे, आज भी हैं, कल भी होने वाले हैं, ये गद्दार हैं, मगर
हाँ,
मोदी जी क्या करेंगे?
देखिए मोदी जी जो करेंगे वो करेंगे, लेकिन ये देखना है कि क्या किया जा सकता है। उसमें ये है कि और इनका मोटिव क्या है, मैं उस पर थोड़ा समय देना चाहता हूं।
हाँ जी।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने केंद्रीय सरकार को यह निर्देश दिया है कि जम्मू और कश्मीर में इलेक्शन होना चाहिए, असेंबली का इलेक्शन, और वो 30 सितंबर तक होना चाहिए। हम 12 जून को बैठे हुए हैं, 30 सितंबर तक सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने निर्देश दिया है कि जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में असेंबली इलेक्शन होना चाहिए, चाहे वो स्टेट असेंबली हो या यूटी की असेंबली हो, वो होना चाहिए। और इस समय ये जो टेरर अटैक्स हो रहे हैं, ये लोगों को भयभीत करने के लिए, डराने के लिए कि आप इलेक्शंस में नहीं पार्टिसिपेट करें, जनरली टू क्रिएट केओस। ये इनका मकसद है कि आपने आर्टिकल 370 भी एब्रोगेट कर दिया, लेकिन नॉर्मलसी नहीं है। सो यू हैव, you get a dog whistle and the dog start barking. आपने राहुल गांधी का स्टेटमेंट देखा होगा, उनको बहुत ही शायद अच्छा लग रहा है कि वो मोदी जी का मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं, उनकी आलोचना कर रहे हैं कि आप क्या कर रहे हैं, कश्मीर में क्या हो रहा है। कोई सकारात्मक तो सुझाव दे नहीं सकते, लेकिन आलोचना करना या नेगेटिव क्रिटिक करना विदाउट एनी पॉजिटिव।
भाई साहब, कुत्तों का काम है भौंकना,
हम्म।
मगर उसके हम रोक नहीं पाएंगे।
So I am bringing all these angles because they are not separate issues, they are all interrelated. They are all interrelated one way or the other. And the people who are sitting in Islamabad and Beijing, they are watching all this.
And Tughlaq Road.
Yes. So they're watching all this and they will decide what to do next. So instead of getting rattled by it, every terror incident needs to be given a strong and swift answer. Without that, there will not be any change in the behavior. There has to be, cost has to increase for Pakistan. The other issue is that they want to internationalize Jammu and Kashmir issue again, just like Gaza. So you see these protesters in US who are quote unquote pro-Palestinian protesters who are talking about, all eyes on Rafah, but they will not talk about all eyes on Jammu or all eyes on Riasi or whatever.
वो तो हिंदू हैं, हिंदू का कोई मान्यता नहीं है भाई साहब।
So the idea is to give international oxygen of publicity by creating mayhem. If they can't do in Kashmir, they will do in Jammu. So you have to understand this psychology that you cannot let these even small incidents go unpunished.
भाई साहब, क्या मोदी जी एक्शन करेंगे बाइडेन के बाद या कैसा है?
मोदी जी तो अब इस समय तो G7 में या तो चले गए या जाने के लिए तैयार हो रहे हैं। इटली में G7 की मीटिंग है। अभी उनकी नई सरकार बनी है, मेरा मोदी जी से तो कोई मतलब डायरेक्ट वो संबंध है नहीं, तो मैं ये नहीं कह सकता कि उनके मस्तिष्क में क्या विचार आ रहा है, लेकिन मैं ये कह सकता हूं कि भारत सरकार को करना क्या चाहिए।
माय क्वेश्चन इज because he is not getting, or he is thinking he will not get enough support with Biden, will he wait for Trump, or change of cadre?
I don't think Modi should wait for approval of stamp of approval from either Biden or Trump. The government of India needs to take action in its own hands and reply all these terrorist actions because it affects India, it affects Bharat. There's no need to seek permission because you will have situation like that, that when there was a terror attack on Parliament, Indian Parliament, there was Vajpayee government and they listened a lot to United States and other international interlocutors, and the army was put on alert and sent to mobilize to the border areas, but nothing was done. So don't wait for approval from West to take action. If you have to take action, you take action. And take action at the time of your own choosing, and take strong and swift action so that the next terror attack is prevented. Obviously, because of the elections, there has been lack of focus on security issues. There has been lack of focus on intelligence gathering on the ground, because all the machinery with long elections, uh, going to 2.5 months kind of thing from the time of notification to results, the whole country comes to a standstill, and that's not good for the country. Election commission needs to change its modality of doing general election. It needs to be done swiftly within 2 weeks period.
but
You cannot mobilize the
but
security forces for such a long period of time. You cannot have intelligence agencies being focused only on elections when external threats are there.
at the end of the day, जो वैष्णव देवी क्या जा रहे थे
हम्म।
बेचारे, हिंदू लोग हैं, इसलिए दुनिया सो रही है। ओके।
हाँ,
ये तो सच है भाई साहब, मैं तो खुला बोलूंगा। हमारा गोरा स्किन नहीं है, हम अब्राहमिक रिलीजन नहीं है, इसलिए हमारा कोई मान्यता नहीं है।
इसीलिए आपको अपने हाथ में एक्शन लेना होगा।
बिल्कुल। भाई साहब, अभी ये बोलिए कि क्या ये मोदी जी प्रोएक्टिव करेंगे, पीओके के ऊपर हमला होगा, जैसा हमारा बातचीत हो रहा था? क्या होगा इनका एक्शन, क्या आपका सोच है?
देखिए, पीओके हैज बीन देयर फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. It is much more complex issue right
व्हाट
now.
विल बी द रेस्पॉन्स यू थिंक?
I think they need to first start sanitizing the Jammu area. You know, you have to sanitize internally because these foreign terrorists, and the estimate is that there are 70 or 80 foreign terrorists that have been infiltrated by Pakistan.
और रोहिंग्या भी हैं अंदर?
रोहिंग्या तो किए थे, तो ultimately they are terrorists, and there is local support, some local support. Otherwise, 80 foreign terrorists cannot just survive in the jungles on their own. Somebody is helping them. So your first priority is to sanitize the area where these incidents are happening, hardening of the border, and if you identify these terrorists and their local supporters, they need to be dealt with. Okay, I'm just using the word dealt with. You can interpret whichever way you want to interpret. I'm not going to use, you know, language that can become problematic.
यस।
So all the foreign terrorists and their local support needs to be contained as a priority, because the eyes have deviated because of the elections and other security responsibilities and intelligence agencies being focused on, free and fair conduction of elections. So that is the first priority. Second is, once you gather the evidence, what is the source of these terrorists, you do need to take action across the line of control. If there are camps, they need to be dealt with. How the government will do, they've done it in the past, they can do it again. But these incidents, three incidents in a period of 26 hours, three terrorist incidents, in different parts of Jammu territory. It's unacceptable. And that is following the attack on the pilgrims. So don't look at United States, don't look at anybody else. You are a strong country. You can take action and you should take action.
एंड
And
मरने वाले तो हम ही हैं,
hmm?
हम ही हैं मरने वाले। हर दिन अपना संख्या को काटा जाता है।
तो क्या आप नपुंसक बन के बैठे रहेंगे?
नहीं, वही बोल रहा हूं, कितना दिन बैठे रहेंगे?
तो यही तो मैं बोल रहा हूं कि सरकार को कुछ एक्शन लेना चाहिए और इनको
एंड प्रोएक्टिव भी करो, जैसा वो लोग करते हैं हमें भी करना चाहिए। अंदर
दंड देना चाहिए, दंड देना चाहिए। जिनके भी ये जो टेरर कैंप हैं ये सारे एलिमिनेट करने चाहिए।
दंड भी दो और कंट्री को नाश करो। इनका जो राक्षसों, सी ये लोग अपना हज के लिए मजा मजा से जाते हैं, हम अपना वैष्णवी देवी नहीं जा सकते हैं, हमारा अमरनाथ नहीं जा सकते हैं।
यही तो विचारधारा में अंतर है। लेकिन कब तक हम लोग ये विक्टिमहुड को मनाते रहेंगे?
बिल्कुल।
So instead of whining about victimhood, if you control the government, you take action.
Absolutely, absolutely. Bhai sahab, your final word. What do you think China is thinking of India? See from China perspective, what is the expectation? What China thinks of the response from India will be? Are they even little bit scared or not?
China will continue to use all kinds of warfare against India as it has done. There is definitely a cold war going on between India and China, and this is punctuated by hot war here and there. China is sponsoring Pakistan for terror attacks. China will continue to test India's capabilities at every time. So do not ignore China, and wherever you can, just reply in the same coin. China
And,
is changing the names of places. So now at least there is a talk about changing names of 30 places in Tibet and Taiwan. So there has to be reciprocity with China. Whatever China does, China gets paid back in the same coin. That's the only thing that will work. China feels that by creating these kind of incidents, you can subdue India, because Indians in the past have been prone to being bullied by China. People have kept quiet. So time for keeping quiet is over.
And they have their spies in Tughlaq Road.
Yes. Yes. We have talked about it earlier.
What is your final word on this? What do you expect next month or two if the terrorists can come to इधर तक जब आते हैं आतंकवादी, मतलब जम्मू तक अंदर भी तो आ सकते हैं। अगर
अंदर आ सकते हैं और वो अंदर आने का प्रयास भी करेंगे।
वो इतना आना तो मुश्किल तो नहीं है।
भारत जैसे देश में तो मुश्किल नहीं है। जब भारत जैसे देश में आपकी संसद पे प्रहार हो जाता है, आक्रमण हो जाता है आतंकवादियों का, तो और क्या नहीं हो सकता। जब
भाई साहब, मेरा एक डाउट है, मैं आपसे पूछूंगा इसका, मेरा एक सवाल भी है ये। मुझे क्यों ऐसा लगता है कि भारत सरकार जो है जितना ताकत से नक्सलवादियों को मारता है उतना ताकत से ये राक्षसों को क्यों नहीं मारता है?
देखिए, नक्सलवादियों को भी बहुत इंटेलिजेंस फेलियर रहा है, और हमारा जो विदेश नीति रहा है बहुत ही ढुलमुल रहा है, भूतपूर्व विदेश नीति। अब थोड़ा थोड़ा विदेश नीति बदल रहा है, परिवर्तन हो रहा है, So there is a hardening of response by government of India, but whatever they are doing is not enough. If you are facing an existential threat, which you are continuously, then you need to give strong and decisive answer. I'm
Absolutely.
not going to rattle, do one, two, three, this, that. Everything should be on the table.
हम कितना दिन के लिए वो सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक जो 2 साल पहले हुआ था उसकी क्या बात करते रहेंगे अंदर
This
घुस
is
के
what
वो?
I'm saying, that every action requires swift and prompt response. If you stop doing that, the offender does not learn. There has to be a disproportionate response to each of these incidents. The cost should be so high that they do not venture again.
Means I have another final question. You can put your thoughts together and say it. This is a last question from me. The Chinese handlers, not only in the news media but also in the political arena, क्यों अपना भारत सरकार उनको ताकत से डील नहीं कर रहा है? या मैं गलत पूछ रहा हूं?
Again, there has been a sea change between the response by a government prior to 2014 versus post 2014, but I'm not very satisfied even now. A lot more can be done and a lot more should be done. The government has to straighten its spine and not leave anyone, whether it is coming from China or whether it's coming from Pakistan, whether it is coming from Maldives, whether it's coming from Bangladesh,
Or from
or,
Tuplam Road?
or from Qatar, or from Canada, or from United States. If there is a terror threat from any of these countries by certain elements, and I've mentioned these countries because there have been terror attacks orchestrated from soil of these countries.
Yes, yes, yes.
All these countries.
Anyway, so I'll, thank you, Dr. Saab, coming and sharing your wisdom with us. And yes, sir, you want to say something?
I just want to say that if you keep on, taking knocks from the oppressor, their confidence gets boosted.
Absolutely,
So you
absolutely.
have to respond to each and every incident. You
मैं
cannot take it lying down.
या मैं मोदी जी को सिर्फ ये बोलूंगा कि आप सोमनाथ का राजा मत बनाइए, बन जाइए कि 17 बार गजनी मोहम्मद को चोर रहा था वो मूर्ख, ऐसा बन जाए ना, बन जाइए। ओके, क्योंकि अपने लोग हर दिन इनका हत्या किया जाता है। अगर जैसा आप बोल रहे हैं कि अगर एक्शन नहीं लिया तो we'll be keep on whining, nothing more. And every time it happens when you go to our temple.
There is a need to have fresh thinking in the national security establishment. Let me put it this way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Friends, I'll ask you, what do you think? Are you happy or are you also dejected? And what do you think the Modi 3.0 government should act? Okay, number of terrorist attack increased drastically, and this is a huge challenge thrown right to the government. Do you think they have what it takes to deal with it? Or we will be keep talking about the surgical strike we did 2 years back or 3 years back is the question. You comment and let us know. Thank you, Dr. Saab, for coming here and pouring your heart out as always. And thank you again, and looking forward to seeing you again, sir.
I hope there's change in thinking and change in posture and change in ground reality. The government needs to wake up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Without any delay, bring the NCR and send out the illegals. You had to do everything, Modi ji. I know you are in a minority government, okay, of your own making, but let's deal with it. Anyway, Dr. Saab, thank you very much. I'm so upset that every time we go to our temple, these guys take our money, taxpayer money. and they go to their trip. Rakshas is going to the trip, Hajj, Bujj, whatever, with all grand day. But we cannot go to Vaishnava Devi, we cannot go to our own temple. And अपना माता जी का दर्शन नहीं कर पाएंगे, ये क्या बोले, you know. Uh, anyway, thank you, Dr. Sab. We're looking forward to talk to you very, very soon again. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Thank you again.